Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Mobius Front 83. I definitely remember the name of this video game and didn't just stop 3 recordings in a row on account of I said the wrong words. So we gotta hold out against an enemy attack until reinforcements arrive. I feel like a lot of the missions end up being this thing, even if they don't explicitly say that as an objective, just due to the way the reinforcement points are spread out. Yo, okay, 25-0-10 versus 10-0-15 seems a little unfair. We do get to start with a rotary cannon, so that's maybe good. So let's see, we're definitely going to want a sniper rifle team, and of course we're going to want a Bradley, so let's just go ahead and do this. Where do we want to set up the rifle? With the thing only having a 3-tile range, we gotta be pretty aggressive with it. We're going to have to move the Bradley forward before it makes sense to deploy him anyway, so we may as well just start on there. And then, what else do we have access to? We have this thing. This is the one that has the 6 range, the one that's actually kind of useful. Do I want a second Bradley? We have the anti-helicopter Jeep, which is not great, but it's good to have anti-helicopter stuff. We really don't have any idea what we're going to be up against here. I think we're definitely going to bring in at least one of these. It's probably not 3 Bradleys and this thing, right? Honestly, maybe. The problem with that idea, I think, is that we might have a volume of fire issue. If they have 25 points worth of things, we're going to get swarmed. And so maybe we want just a huge number of setup defenses. Yeah, maybe. Let's try that. Let's try that as a strategy. So, if we race down here, you can set some stuff up, control this, set some things up here so that they can't come through there or there easily. I'm going to bring in... Do I want an Iroquois? I want more infantry, but I think actually a cargo truck is the way we're going to do that. We need bodies in the forest so that we can see around. And in fact, I'll even do 2 of those. And the question is, do we even want a second Bradley, or do I want to have 5 of these ITVs? How do they do against... They cannot shoot helicopters at all. So no, probably not 5 of these ITVs. But we could do like 1 or 2 more, and then also some Jeeps. We have a Bradley for shooting at helicopters as well. But right now, we only have 1 sniper rifle team. Do we want another one? I'm going to go 2 of these and 1 more of these. Let's see how this works out. So let's move you... Yeah, this should be a fine setup location. Oh, hey. We got a guy already. Well, the good news is he's not very good against any of the stuff we have out here right now. The bad news is we are not really in position to threaten him either. So... I want to be, like, here, I guess? Can you see through this at all? Oh, you can. That's actually, yeah, that's a really good spot. It's a shame you can't do that. It's a shame you can't get there and set up. So we'll spread the guys out like this, and then, I don't know, you'll end up down here somewhere. There is a TIS-330 team. Somewhere. We're not going to get much value out of this thing. It might be the case that it would be smarter for me to just set up around here. Why would you do this? How is this smart? That's just, like, wildly suicidal. Do I want to have you run around, like, down here, maybe? Give us some more coverage. I'm a little worried that this is too far forward. But I guess what I'm going to do is to take up a position down here via that road. Don't know where the enemies are, so I'm trying to be a little cautious with my positioning. Well, that was a little bit of useful vision. So I decided that I wanted you to be here, right? Yeah. Okay, potentially a problem. Yeah, I don't know, maybe they really do expect you to just group up around this thing. Ah, okay. Well, I was right that they were going to have guys through there. Oh, I didn't realize these were mortar teams. Shoot, I wouldn't have taken these... Yeah, mortar teams are useless. That sucks. Alright, you're already set up, so punish him for his insolence. Is this good? I kind of want to roll forward a little bit now that we have taken control of that. I mean, if we go here, I could... That feels aggressive, though. Yeah, it's aggressive. How are we going to deal with that huge clump of dudes? A huge clump of extremely dangerous vehicular dudes. I mean, I don't really want to shoot these things. Alright, I guess I'm going to move to here. This will make it unsafe for them to remain where they are. You kind of can't do anything. You absolutely can't do anything. I guess if I got them close enough, they could shoot at this Jeep. Yeah, I gotta pay more attention. Why would there be a truck with 2 mortar teams in it? Like, it's just... Okay. So who cares about infantry? Why would I want a weapon that can only damage infantry? What is the value of such a thing? Okay, questionable decision making. They are definitely getting some pretty bad luck here, which is great, because I am tired of them doing this suicidal thing they're doing and getting great luck and having it work. So they had to back off a bunch. How are we going to employ the snipers here? How do we actually get anything in range to get lasered? It's a tough question, actually. Alright, so you guys... I don't have any idea what to do with the Jeeps. And the Jeeps can drive around and shoot infantry, which is fine. There's no sense in calling in an airstrike. But if I walk forward, I'm just going to get machine gunned. So I guess you don't move? Do I think that going this far forward is unsafe? I can't believe they get... That's asinine. That is asinine that they get reinforcements. Alright, I'm going to spend one of the big missiles and do minimum damage with it. Well, I appreciate that guy taking shots he doesn't need to take. Does make my life easier. The thing is, this feels like them getting really unlucky because it's so much worse than they usually perform, but you gotta remember, this roll forward and moving heat round one of these vehicles play should only work a quarter of the time. They have been, historically, really, really lucky. Like, absurdly lucky with this play. And it's just now starting to actually show... Like, I think by this point, maybe one of those should have worked. It's wild to think about how those have actually functioned in practice. So we're just going to leave these guys in this space, because the tank can't get in until they're dead. They are providing a valuable service. We do have to be careful using the jeeps to shoot these guys. Do I want to radio now? Am I allowed to... I wonder... I couldn't airstrike them if they were here, right? Because they'll be camouflaged from me, and I can't call the airstrike on a space, only on a unit. I think that's true. Alright, so 5 turns. We have punched way above our weight so far. Which is going to be good news. Yeah, I was just talking about how I got to be careful not to do that thing. Alright, well, hopefully the mortar teams can at least take out a couple more of these fast-moving infantry units. They're very bad. They're very bad shooters. Alright, let's make this the point of contention. And you just fall way back. You do have the ability to shoot... And 2 to 6, you might actually still deal some damage. Nope. I'm going to move the Bradley around, but I want to be... So you have 4 move. Oh, right. With these guys, there's no way to be safe from them because they're so fast. But I can move the Bradley to right here. Yeah, okay. I don't think there's much sense moving anything. This thing's not going to get close enough for it to be airstriked. So maybe I just load you back into a vehicle or something, because you're kind of not getting anything accomplished right now. I sort of wonder if they've over-deployed enough that we might be able to just drive through the rest of the points. That wouldn't get us our TIS 330, though. Well, unless it's, like, hanging out by the final point. My guess is it's going to be down here somewhere. It seems like it tends to be somewhere out of the way. You should probably move. I think it is probably the case that the usefulness of guarding here is past. And I'm going to leave you exactly where you are. Unfortunately, they are going to be able to push through the bottleneck this turn. Although they are moving in an order that is not conducive to getting the job done. Which I do really appreciate. Yep. No big surprises there. And they did potentially leave me the ability to get a thing done, but if I go for this, I'm just going to get killed by these guys. And we don't have enough fast-moving vehicles to kill them. Or we don't have enough move-and-shoot vehicles to be able to kill them. Yeah, and if these guys are 1 tile further south, they could do it. Well... I can run up on him and heat round him and then do setups. And if he doesn't run, he does just die. Or sorry, this isn't the one that has the this isn't the good one that's useful. So the laser designator only has a range of 3. What's the range on this thing? 6? Okay, I think the Jeeps just have to back up. Jeeps are so bad. It's shocking how bad Jeeps are. Move you to here and then set you up later and... may as well smoke discharge you, I guess? Let's have you back up even more. I don't think this is going to end up being valuable, but let's give ourselves the opportunity here. You can't actually get away. Yeah, whatever. Resupply these guys. Let's refill their ammo, because I think you're about to die. Or at least it's potentially the case you will die. We cannot save you. Okay. You might have just gotten yourself airstriked there, sir. Okay. Well, that's pretty lucky. So yeah, we have swung way above expected value this battle. It's definitely time for you to back up. We've killed a huge number of their units. I think I am, in fact, just going to airstrike this unit. And then we're gonna machine gun this guy and have the jeeps come in and finish the job. Hey look, they did something. You should get down here. I mean, I want you to be right here. Is that a danger? Yeah, there's a danger of a blind. Right? Yep. So that's probably not a good idea. And in fact, that's the only unit this thing can blind. Oh no, it has to pick between those two. Yeah, you know what? Get forward. Get menacing. Let's see what happens. We are 2 turns off of a wave of reinforcements. Wow. They're rolling really poorly. Honestly, thank God. Thank God it happens to them sometimes. Okay, you should just go ahead and set up. How much do I want to have you drive around? Because you're not really in any danger right here. Well, that's not true. This thing can hit for 2 damage. I should not give it that chance. But if we move to here and just shoot those guys... I don't think they have the units to punish us for it right now. Oh, you're out of ammo. Uh-oh. Okay. Yeah, we gotta run away. We gotta do some running. Which makes me pretty reluctant to move this guy then, because I want to have this coverage. How many missiles do you have left? You still have 2. So maybe I just shoot this guy? Not because that guy needs to be shot. In fact, I could not care less. But because we gotta do something. We should do something. And then I'm gonna probably run a Jeep sacrifice here, I guess. Just have the Jeep, burn a Jeep to get rid of that dude. Because those guys are relatively pretty dangerous. Or we could take both of these weak... You know what? I'm going to detach this Jeep's unit here. And then we are going to... This one's going to sacrifice. Obviously, this guy's a problem. And we will figure that problem out at some point. So they get 10 more points of units, then we get 15. We still haven't actually dealt with all of the good units even in their initial batch, because they're clearly still deploying guys, and then on top of that, we know they have one of those speed tanks. Oh, that's a shame. So I should probably go to here, right? Or do I want to keep... I probably want to keep a gunner vehicle nearby. Let's see, you have 3 range when you're set up. But you can... Oh, you can shoot that space. Well, then do so. Yeah, maybe I just stay put. We can maybe bring this guy into a place where he could be useful for his machine gun. And you, I guess, shoot at just anti-vehicle teams. Be good to get rid of those. Alright. Now we get to bring in 2 M1 Abrams tanks, which we absolutely will, without question. And then I think I'm likely to bring in another Bradley. Bradley's a very powerful tool. No more Jeeps. now that I read this and they are mortar team Jeeps, that's definitely less compelling. The Iroquois as a source of vision is potentially compelling. Or sorry, no more cargo trucks. But maybe the right play is another Bradley as backup for the tanks, and then we just bring in like one of these things. I'm going to do that. Because it seems like the enemy's content to play very, very aggressively. Do I radio? I'm going to hold off. Because we're probably going to see like real, actual enemy units in a second here. Stuff that we have to be scared of. Okay. That's the stuff that we have to be scared of. I don't care about those guys nearly as much as I care about these guys. Oh, right, you can't shoot aircraft. So do we radio in, or do I just snipe these dudes? I think we just snipe. We will radio in when there are more dangerous enemies. More tanks. Ah. Okay, so where do we want to set up? We determined this spot was good earlier. I'm going to have you actually roll up into a pretty aggressive position so that you can come down here and grab this. And I don't know where I want these tanks to end up, honestly. Let's do this for right now. Try to use some of our vehicles to get a little bit of vision here. I wonder if the machine gun team can get back in the Jeep. Wow. Very aggressive play. That's interesting, because they had vision, right? They have guys at the front of this forest, so they knew this tangle of vehicles was here. I wonder why they did that really aggressive move. Alright, well, you get to be part of something. You get to do a thing, so congratulations. I mean, obviously the Abrams can just... Right? Just fire the Abrams? Yeah, because that's a resourceless kill. And then we slowly work our way through just like a really huge amount of infantry. You continue shooting at anti-vehicle teams. I don't know where I would probably want to forward deploy recon teams into this area, which is obviously not a thing we can do for a while. And this machine gun team is not in the optimal spot, but I don't know where else to put it. I don't know where to put it that's actually better. Here, you could set up there, that would be pretty solid. Let's have one of the tanks be ready to challenge that. And actually one of these things too. I guess probably you though, right? This one is in the optimal position. Alright, hopefully they will all just run forward one by one into the meat grinder. Or I guess the metal grinder. Yeah, they sure are doing it. Hitting those 4s now, but it's a little bit not when they were hoping for, I think. Yeah, let's just go ahead and use one of your missiles too. Alright, good to get rid of those dudes. I see very little reason to do anything other than let them keep charging us. Okay, don't drive forward into the anti-tank team. That's probably a pretty solid strat. So... Then what do I do? I guess I get this thing in a position where it's ready to challenge people coming up from... or coming down from up there. But aside from that, I think we're good. You should probably, like, roll forward a little bit more. Okay, so there's just no enemies coming down, coming through the bottom path. It's interesting how nervous they've been about keeping this thing in firing range. Not 100% sure why. Yeah, this is, like, they're playing way aggressive here. I guess it's like it's a desperation thing, right? There's narrative being communicated here. And you are out of mortar rounds, and we don't have any way to re-round you. Okay, it turns out they still have some vehicles in this area. I guess we're doing a pretty good job of holding them off. Would I want to try to get airstrikes going over there? Or I guess I don't care. Yeah, I guess if they want to live over there forever, we just let them. Let's... This is a little aggressive, but these things are not a danger to an Abrams. Let's move up and dust that thing so that we can have some confidence that our sniper teams and stuff will survive. And we're rolling forward with another sniper, so hopefully he can end up in a place that's a little bit more useful. I mean, they have a lot of points of armored metal out here, but not a lot of aggressive points, because they keep throwing their aggressive stuff away. Yeah, they have plenty of vehicles that were full of these guys. Which is no big surprise, right? We know that. Because they've certainly come at us with enough dudes. Alright, you're gonna go here and finish this job, I guess. That gives you... not quite the shot I'm looking for. And you'll just back up and start working on these guys, and we'll kill them easily next turn. Yeah, I honestly don't know. These guys just don't have much of a play. But it seems like they might be out of tanks. They do have a lot of these, and these things are not super dangerous, but they are a real pain in the ass to kill. And of course, we gotta watch for the sheer... Oh, wasn't even paying attention to that. And I definitely should have been. You shoot him. You also shoot him. So... Heat rounds only 50% likely to do any actual damage at all here. I'm gonna have you roll up and give me some more vision. Like, what do we have as far as shooting angle up here? Honestly, it's not bad. It's not great. But yeah, let's roll you over here. You can pop that guy while you're over here. I'm going to put a little pressure on in a way that I would not feel safe doing if we weren't so sure that most of their good units were dead. I think you guys just start moving forward. And yeah, I think I get aggressive here. Again, because we are pretty sure most of their real units are dead. And we'll unload the sniper into that space, I guess. And this might be a thing where we can corral or kill a huge number of their units and then just not cap the last point and spend some time looking around for the radio computer. Alright, you guys have a real no-brainer of a turn. This is a little trickier because we don't, obviously... don't want to leave the tank here, but if we back it up, we lose the ability to shoot. Yeah, there's just not much for it, unfortunately. I guess one thing we could do is... we could roll this Bradley forward. No, that's not going to help. Because we can't park a vehicle here. It'll just get shot by both those guys. We could also just endure. Right, this thing can do at most 4 damage, so it can slip 1 point of damage past the armor. Yeah, I think that's probably the move. So let's move a bunch of stuff over here, upward. Make it awkward for that guy to leave the bushes. And yeah, we could just back up. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really help us to be this far forward. You're not really accomplishing anything in this position on account of your no missiles. So maybe you are just a thing for other people. Oh no, you're not an APC. I was gonna say for other people to load into. Alright, so unfortunately we're ceding vision of that area. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer though, like to solve a quote unquote solve a level like this and know that your solution isn't a real solution because it's not necessarily replicable. Like you could do exactly what I did here and have it fail miserably, and in fact I think it's likely that it would fail because of the damage randomness and everything. It's a real bummer. So yeah, do that. Oh, that's beautiful, beautiful work. How do we want to finish this? I guess we can just back off of those guys, right? Take these guys down like this and then have you just fall back. That's fine. And if they want to come forward, things are going to get real ugly for them. And do we want to... So we can have this team call in the airstrike and have this team move to here or here. Honestly, I don't know that it's going to matter. Yeah, I'm just going to move up. I'm just going to move up. You're not really doing anything, and that's fine. So yeah, time to go scouting. I don't know if that was a very wise trade move there, friends. It is nice when my infantry units can actually get stuff done. It's so rarely the case, right? Let's try this. Man, tough dude. There's no reason not to go for this. Okay. And then... Alright, it's still pretty numerous. I thought we had cleared more of these guys out. So I'm a little surprised by the quantity of enemies here. The sheer volume of them. Our Bradley is probably going to get machine gunned pretty badly. Do I move you up here? I'm going to move you to here. You are maybe going to be an actual airstrike threat? Maybe. It kind of depends on how we control these dudes. Because they can't move and shoot. None of this stuff can move and shoot, right? Yeah. Okay, wow, that's a fair number of 2s. Alright, radio for a fun airstrike. We must have, yeah, we have people who can take the shot. So you're actually going to come down here and hunt for a radio computer. Wow, bummer. That's a real bummer, man. Alright, what do I care about? I guess a thing that can potentially do 2 damage. Just like blow up one enemy. You roll up here, you roll up there. Okay, we might, maybe, get something done. Hold on, let's see if they can reclaim their Jeep before it gets eaten by sand monsters. Okay, yeah, pretty solid. Wow, they really wanted that. It feels kind of spiteful, honestly. It feels like they were willing to give up anything to get one last kill. Alright, where do I think? Let's check over here. Oh, there they are. Alright, you may as well go grab this. Set you up. Okay, so you can reattach. There's no point in doing it, because you're just going to get devoured, but it's cool to know that it can be done. Alright, do not win the game. We're in one of those situations where it's a bad idea to win the game. Because Bradley could, in theory, actually get killed. Wow, that's bad luck, man. I don't know what the hell this thing's doing. Maybe it's just running away? Yeah, it's just... the guys in that one just want to live. Alright, radio computer captured. Easy. All you have to do is have your enemies roll minimum damage a dozen times in a row.
Anyone see where trucks went? Fuck.
Whoa. What's that I heard just now?
Sounds like Specialist Guerrero's finally lost his cool. God damn it! I don't want to die out here.
And you reckon you're more likely to die with trucks gone?
Fuck, man. That's twice now with the F word.
Blasphemy too. Watch yourself next time you're in church.
Fuck you guys. 3! That's the spirit.
Yeah, man. Keep it up. Be all that you can be.
I'm just saying, if I had to spend any time around Nathan Trucks, I would be very concerned that he was going to go nuts and murder me at any moment, on account of, you know, his entire demeanor. Alright, let's get this last programming puzzle. Oh, well that's interesting. So, we can create this by, if we do 2 upshifts, like the first upshift gets us that, and then the second one gets us that. So hold on, we definitely got to do some splitting. And then we got to re-amplify, and then split again. Right, and it's upshift, upshift, upshift. And then we want to lose this guy, which is, how do we do it? And then we're going to have to do, obviously, some downshifting to get these. So 2 problems. I've left myself no version of the signal that still contains the upper right bit. And then also, this is kind of awkward because we're going to have to do like a left-right splitter. So we're definitely going to have space problems. Because we got to get rid of this, right? We got to get a version of this signal that only contains the middle bit. So it's like you amplify this and then do that. And that gets you this guy. I guess, hold on. I probably actually want to do that up here. Then you do the second upshift. And this gets you these two pieces. We're not going to have enough room. Because then you would have to do the same thing over here. Yeah, there's a conceptual step somewhere that I'm not seeing that allows you to collapse some of this work into a single move. Oh, I guess this left-right split is very silly. Because we could just pull the top... What am I doing? We can just pull the top channel. Which means there's not even a reason to do that. And that buys us some space. Yeah, I'm overcomplicating things, is the answer to the question, what am I doing? Actually, when I ask it in that tone of voice, that's literally always the answer. Hold on a second. Yeah, this is wrong. I need middle channel here, and then another down. There we go. Okay, and then we gotta union that with the top channel out of the original signal. Which means that I need to move a bunch of this work out somewhere. So hold on, if we pull all this up... Well, actually, we would need another amplifier, though. And that's too much space. Yeah, that's a problem. Right, because if we... In order to generate another copy of the signal without destroying everything, I need to get another splitter in here, and in order to split this... Well, okay. No, I don't need to do another splitter. I need to do another... We could do a left-right somewhere. Oh, somewhere early in this process. Hold on, let me move this whole machinery aside. Because we don't actually need all the pieces to do the thing I'm doing here, right? So if we split like this, we keep this bit for later. This is an important bit. Let me rebuild this a little bit under our new set of expectations. Actually, let me hold on. Let me take this back down to the studs, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to see it clearly. Alright, if we start with a split, the part where we're assembling this, we actually do have to keep the whole box, right? But... Actually, left-right splits make this a little bit easier than I was saying. We were doing a lot of work there. And we can obviate some of it by doing a left-right split, thus avoiding having to do an amplify and then a normal split. But we do have to end up with five bits. So from this we can generate... We can keep this guy. And then we can move this one up to there. Can't move things left or right, though. Or, alternatively... Yeah, okay, hold on. If we do amplify this and then resplit it, we can actually make this into all three of these pieces, given enough space. So if you just amplify this and then split it again, and then one of these receives a single down and the other one receives a double down, you get what you're looking for, but unfortunately you have no space to rebuild things then. This is definitely turning out to be the most complicated of these. You really do need an awful lot of horizontal room every time you want to do an actual duplicating split. So, maybe there's a question of whether we want to start with a duplicating split. Because this way, if we do this thing, we get a strong signal out a little bit at least. So let's see. This thing, the bottom left space can't do anything except turn into that, right? And it's also the only way that we can generate that. We do, in fact, have to do a set of instructions here that allows for that. So if we upshift this, boy, how do we want to do this? So we can upshift this and pull the top channel, obviously, but maybe it's like a duplicate, then a split, a duplicate and upshift, a split, and an upshift, and a grab the middle channel. Boy, that's sloppy. And then over here, we need another copy of this thing. You go down twice. You go down once. This works, right? We have this is exactly in the space. Yeah. That's not bad. No use crying over a future that didn't happen. Maybe in another world things are different. Been an honor to serve with you. Randy out. We did get a final word from Randy, at least. And he's just as brave and heroic and completely unflappable as we always knew he would be. It bothers me that somebody did it in fewer symbols. Because we don't even have any waste here, right? It's not like we're dropping a product or anything. Where am I screwing up? I don't know. Let's not stress about it too much. That is definitely like a key part of how I engage with the Zachtronics game in most cases though. You do the puzzle and then you look at the histogram, and especially if it's one where your friends have played and their scores are on the board just taunting you, you're like, "Oh man, Mike did that in half the symbols I did." Well, obviously we got to take it back to the drawing board. All right, so now the final push toward the enemy gate generator. This is the last mission. We'll give this one try now, and then if we can't get it, we'll take it to another episode. So they get 10, 15, 10 to our 10, 10, 10. Cobras and Abrams available later. I mean, we're going to lean in on those Abrams real hard. We have no idea what to expect here. My guess is we're gonna try this, and we're going to get totally wrecked, and we're going to have to come back tomorrow. So the fact that it gives us SAM vehicles suggests that there's going to be a significant number of helicopters. And I mean, obviously, a Bradley can deal with a helicopter under many circumstances, but if we get one of those long-range missile helicopters, they can just outrange us, and potentially by coordinating with their ground units, maybe in a way that we can't really do anything about. So, do we want to go 3 Bradleys? Yeah, I'm going to do it. And as much as I don't think this thing's very good, I also don't think this thing's very good, so let's bring one of these in. Just in case. I'll say this, it's very cool looking. Oh, that's a shame. It's a real shame that he can't move 4. Okay, so we do just have normal infantry this time. Let's roll forward to find a place to set them up. You can grab that. Yeah, alright. I'm not exactly sure where we want to set this thing up. Honestly, maybe it's right here. Maybe it's right here and we just fall back a little bit. Oh, hey, how's it going? Oh, it's not armored. It's built like a tank, but it's not armored. Alright, well, we're definitely doing this. We're definitely doing this. I want that space for my other guy, I think. So let's... yeah, let's just... we'll just Bradley the thing. And then, do we want to set up right here, or... I don't know that I want to push too much further forward, because they're going to get a stronger second wave than we are. But I think I will push some forward. We could stop here. Yeah, alright, we're gonna cap the point with this. Okay. Defensive vehicles, probably not going to be all that helpful to them. Going for some kind of flanking maneuver. Let's set up the last of our infantry over here. And you... and we have to be careful, because they have the movement advantage already. We can at least be here to watch out for that nonsense. And then... yeah, I guess. I don't really want to push forward too much further. Yeah, that howitzer is going to be a real problem. And probably not anything we can do anything about. I'm a little unsure whether it makes sense to move forward, because we're going to be making it easier for their artillery to shoot at us. I hate this. This is a real nightmare. Do they have anything else going on? No, so they're just bringing anti-tank stuff that can't move and fire on the same turn back that way. Interesting. So with these things, I mean, there's no way to approach them. No, that's not true. Sorry, helicopters. There is one way to approach them, and it is helicopters. So I guess that's... yep. That's it. We are waiting for the helicopters. And we don't know where these guys set up. I'm gonna go over here. We'll just keep an eye on this back angle. I should have put him further forward so you can still see under the trees here. Alright, so they're gonna bring in 15 units, and those units are gonna be in combat pretty quickly. Including what looks like maybe a real scary helicopter? Okay, yeah, pretty scary. Let's move you forward to there. We may as well threaten this thing. I'm sure it's just gonna run. You guys don't really do anything. We're bringing in at least one Cobra, maybe two. So yeah, from right here, the Cobra can take out both of these guys pretty quickly. In theory. And then it's like one Abrams and something else, and then next time up it's two Abrams. So what do we want at this point? Howitzer can't do anything because one damage doesn't harm any unit that you care about. I guess we bring in one of these, maybe? It does have a machine gun that can shoot helicopters, and these guys, in theory, could be a threat to an entrenched ATGM because they can shoot it from outside of machine gun range. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. We have no idea where those flanking units are, and frankly, we kind of don't care. Pretty sure. Unfortunately, this thing is actually going to be able to just fly over and move and then detonate our SAM vehicle, because for some reason a core design precept of this game is that anything that's meant to counter a unit should be immediately countered by the thing it's meant to counter. Real strange design decisions in some places. Yeah. I guess we'll do that. I wish you guys could just, like, just try. Just take a swing with the anti-tank rocket. Maybe it'll work. You don't know. It's a real shame that we can't get a Bradley in a position to do anything at all. Alright, well, I think maybe the play is we just, like, overwhelm these guys. We bring in so many infantry units they can't shoot them all. Because it looks to me like our helicopter may get shot down here. I took the gamble and I shouldn't have, and it's like... Because now there's a 50% chance we just lose this thing immediately. Yeah, I should have just backed off. I don't know what I was thinking. What I was thinking is, it's been a very long day. Unfortunately, I'm having a rough one. I had to get some bad personal family news, and also at the time I'm recording this, it's like 5 in the morning, which isn't as rough as it sounds because I woke up real late, but still. All right, coin flip did not break against us, so we do get to shoot them down and then still have position here. May as well just shoot you. You're just gonna... That infantry unit's just gonna die, but that's true no matter what we do with it. And... We're not watching the flank anymore, because we don't care. I mean, sure, you could shoot at that thing, I suppose. I think it was actually probably very good for us to get this point capped as early as we did, because it makes any kind of flanking maneuver really bad. Unfortunately for them, the fight is over here. Alright, let's start opening these things up. I get 3 damage is pretty bad. And unfortunately, we can't even really... Yeah, there's not a counterplay available. We just have to wait until that works. Yep. Because with 3 of those things all overlaying each other's line of fire, there's no way for us to rush until at least 1, probably 2 of them are dead. Alright, seems like a real wild thing to do. I guess he sure is threatening my, my anti-aircraft carrier, my anti-aircraft missile guy there, but I don't know why. Like, to what end? Alright, good news. We have 2 more of those left. We don't actually have to shoot at this thing because I have to move this guy either way. But I think I will. We all know it's gonna go after me way more than it's gonna go after the enemies, so let's do it. Yep, and you just sit and wait. They're going to get another 10 points of units here, then we're going to get another 10 points of units, which we want to be 2 Abrams and something. Although, getting the 2 Abrams up to us is not going to be totally trivial. So they brought in a helicopter full of annoying guys, which is not, like... It's not super dangerous. we're not gonna get good damage rolls at all, apparently. Well, nothing for it. Boy, they sure have some infantry. I mean, their infantry doesn't matter at all. The only thing that's really happening here is we're waiting. Waiting for stuff to get finished. So I think my plan is deploy the Abrams here and here and just kill this thing next turn. And I guess you may as well set up. You can't go anywhere. And what else do we want? I don't really care about the infantry still. So the howitzer seems like a waste. I guess it's another APC. We gotta put it somewhere where it's not immediately going to get blown up. I mean, that helicopter's not going to come far enough forward for this to be a threat, but we might see, interesting. We might see another, like, attack helicopter come out of the darkness or something. Okay, they do have one. Well, that's just a really annoying thing for them to have done. So... you don't have any good missiles left. We basically have to have the whole team fall back and open up on these guys. Yeah, I think that's the only play. Okay, really great news. Yep, and there's not a way to be vulnerable to only one of them, so we may as well commit. Alright, and now you just need to get this kill. Okay. That does ease things somewhat. What am I... that doesn't help. And now we gotta do the same thing over here, which is obviously pretty bad. Yeah. Yeah, there's just nothing we can do, man, because of the way all of the terrain here is shaped and them getting to entrench in the perfect tiles before the battle begins. We just have to sit here and wait. We certainly don't want to roll forward with that. It doesn't help us to roll forward with this, really. I guess we can come up here to a position where we theoretically might be able to damage some infantry. You guys may as well just fall back. Alright, and we have to hope that the Abrams will carry us through, which they have done a fantastic job of in the past. I'm going to cap this point. No, I'm not. I was going to say, it doesn't do anything, but it feels like it's like a real dominance play. You know, they will know that we are all up in their business and ruining their day. Okay. Us rolling a 2 on the damage for the stationary one was definitely very helpful. We care about the anti-vehicle teams far more than the other ones. And we just gotta roll these tanks forward into positions where the blitz can occur next turn, and that's the only way we're gonna resolve this problem, is just by hurling ourselves at them aggressively. So make it a little bit harder for them to approach. Hey, there's almost no chance you'll be able to do anything at all, ever. I can't believe this thing doesn't even have, like, a normal machine gun on it. Like, what do you have against my units being occasionally useful? Okay, so we do have to watch out a little bit in these narrow forest corridors here. Because they really do have a lot of anti-tank stuff. So how do we want to do this? So we could drive you around Yeah, we can get 3 Abrams shots off right now. And that's the only way we're ever going to be able to approach these guys, right? So I'm going to go for it. You can move up to here and take this shot. Awesome. And then this is still safe for the moment. Oof. Alright. Well, now what we do is we make it extremely clear to this dude that if he stays to fight, he gets killed. Honestly, I might have your guys just disengage now. And then you can move forward like this, and it doesn't matter what you do, but stand on this control point, I guess. Like, slow the enemy advance slightly. And then there's no reason not to drive you around. There's no chance this thing... Actually, honestly, even if this thing wanted to shoot the APC, I'd be overjoyed by that. That would be fantastic. So we know they have at least 2 real tanks. They did successfully delete my my ATGM, which, I mean, it's not a big surprise. That was a very likely outcome. Ooh, aggressive. Oh, they have 3 real tanks. Well, I'm glad I moved this thing up then. You can go ahead and set up. Who knows? Maybe you will be useful. Yeah, so... I'm gonna kill you. This tank is gonna have to move. They've created an interesting situation for us. And so much is, like, so much of what happens this turn is gonna come down to blind luck, which that's my favorite thing. Alright, the guy who has to move should shoot at this thing. Fuck. Alright, he's probably not gonna choose to stay put. Alright, then you shoot at that one. Okay, that's something. I guess, yeah, you just stay put and do that. So it turns out getting out of there was not a high priority. And then you, again, if somebody wants to shoot at you, that would be wonderful, actually. So they get 2 standing tank shots and this thing. Okay, that's good. They took the threat of the melee units, or the infantry units, seriously. Alright, that could have gone a lot worse. And that guy still is not in a position where he can just stand and shoot. It's very good news for us. Alright, so you can shoot this guy, and not everybody can, so let's make sure we focus on that. I don't think this thing's going to fire, I think it's going to run. So we will stay very focused on the tanks. And now things are just very bad for them. This is just a very bad time. May as well roll forward and cap this. Put that guy away. There's no sense in... Well, I guess the helicopter can shoot. Yeah, let's go ahead and law the helicopter. And then we don't actually care about these guys. Yeah, that's a little tricky, huh? The works are a little gummed up, but I think the play here is going to be just push through and not even interact with the rest of their forces. Because we should be able to put an Abrams on this space this turn, and then that same Abrams on that space next turn, and they don't have any way of stopping that from happening. Oh, except that those guys are in positions where it's really not safe to park a vehicle on that control point, I guess. Well, let's see if we can have the Abrams do something about that. Not really, actually. Alright, so this is going to take one turn longer than I would have liked. You guys just kind of can't do anything. There's a lot of that going around. Yeah, I guess we're good. It's possible that that alien thing will end its turn adjacent to that infantry unit, and we can kill it without having to spend any vehicle move. Boy, they sure are going to have killed every single one of my infantry units in a spectacular final display of why that's not a useful thing to do. Unfortunately, it just turns out infantry units don't matter, even one tiny little goddamn bit. Alright, you guys are just gonna get murdered. Okay, we did it, everyone. I do sort of wonder if they're gonna spring a little something extra on us, because this does not feel very climactic, does it? It's just sort of another of the same mission as always, and actually kind of an easier one than usual, given the openness of the terrain. I guess the difficulty was supposed to come from the double entrenched anti-tank vehicles, but like, not really, right? They're set up in positions where they're not actually that dangerous.
Load up! We're pulling out! The demolition teams are in place! We need to get as far away from them as possible ASAP!
Cool, so we're going home?
Sure looks like it.
I'll believe it when I'm there. Miss seeing trees and grass. Hell, I even miss regular brown dirt.
Well, good news. You can eat as much dirt as you want when we're back.
Hey, Wells?
What is it, Grail?
Eat shit, okay?
I miss seeing trees and grass, he says, surrounded by trees and grass. Okay, so there is one little bit left. This may lead to a semi-anticlimactic final episode, but maybe we'll get a more climactic final mission out of it. That is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't be shocked if tomorrow's episode's like 20 minutes long, I guess. Come back next time for, presumably, a great big explosion. And we'll see you then.